Mute ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll remind you.
Dorothy, are you muted?
She seems to be gone.
She's gone.
She's gone. She'll come back. You know, Dorothy. She'll get back on.
She'll be back, Lian. Just sit
No,
tight.
I know. I hope she's
Hold
not gone to China.
Okay, we'll see if she can
Yeah,
join
she
us.
mailed herself or somebody
There
mailed
she
you.
is.
Yeah, that's all.
Here she is.
Coming in. There we go.
Yes, she.
We'll get her to unmute.
Yeah, Sally, you are Sally, and then Dorothy. Where's Dorothy? I cannot even see her on the screen. I don't see her on the screen.
Okay, I'm going to.
Well, I don't
She's
see her on the
down
screen.
here.
She's completely out.
Hold on. For some reason, she's having
She
a.
disappeared.
I'm here. Can you?
Oh, yeah, she's here now.
Okay, and I'm making you a co-host too. Okay, Dorothy, now I'm going to spotlight
All
you.
right, and hi everybody. Today we are really pleased to welcome an exciting artist with international reputation, and you may already be following his liberating YouTube demonstrations and have his books in your library, and you have read about him in our newsletter. Lian Quan is our guest, and he will demonstrate 2 paintings in the Chinese spontaneous style, then answer our questions following his demonstration. So please now put your devices on mute, and then during the demonstration, send your questions in the chat to me, Dorothy Matthews, and we'll need to keep our devices on mute. But now, let's wave a warm welcome to our guest, Lian Quan.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. So time for me to talk?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for joining this demonstration. I'm honored to be invited to demo for your group. So I did demos and workshops for American Sumi Society many times, but so this is my honor to do a demo for you. So let's switch to a my painting table so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I need to zoom in a little bit. By the way, first I want to talk about a little bit of a couple of minutes about my books. Okay, these are the first 2 books I published. The one with the koi on the cover. Hold on, I'm getting my camera out and I can zoom in. And zoom out. Okay. Now it's better. Okay. So these 2 books. This one published 2000. Can't believe 24 years ago. But anyway, this book brought me into the art teaching and art field. It sold like more than 50,000. No, actually, I got 10% of loyalty. I get $50,000 more. 50,000. So enough to put my son to go through college. Anyway, so after that, I published 4 more books. This is painting animal, how to paint animal, then how to paint flowers, then how to paint a landscape. Okay, all these 4 books are how to do books. So they have Chinese painting demonstrations and have watercolor painting demonstrations. Okay, and then the last book I published with North Light. They're all North Light books, by the way. Is this one? This is called the Chinese Watercolor Journey. So I'm very honored to have this book. It's because North Light told me this is the first time in the publishing history published live artist album. Okay, So I was lucky to be chosen 2 artists, and then I was lucky to be chosen one of them. Okay, so this book has all my paintings, about 200 paintings, watercolor, Chinese painting. This the National Park, Blythe Canyon. Okay, Tetons, Muir Woods, California. These are Chinese painting. Okay, but anyway, from figure to landscape to whatever. Okay, a lot of different variety paintings. And today, I'm going to show you how to do something like this. This is not very traditional, kind of combination between traditional and paper, Ringo, and that kind of technique to do snow scene. And then I think you have snows, right, in your area. So I live in Las Vegas. Actually, we do have snow here. A couple of weeks ago we had snow. So anyway, that's the landscape. I will do one similar. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, you cannot buy any of the books from a bookstore, I think, because they're all out of print. So if you really want to get them, you should go to Amazon.com. They buy some used ones. Okay. All right. So all right. Today we are going to paint paintings actually in a short time. So hopefully you don't get boring. All right. My camera coming in and out because when it does not focus on the color like a white paper, it goes like in and out because it's autofocus. So I cannot do anything with it. But once I start painting, it may get better. Okay. So the first painting I'm going to do for you to show you is the how to do paint a bird. Common bird in this country, eagle. So they are generally there are many Chinese painting schools in China. Oh, by the way, you're talking about Sumi. Sumi is a Japanese term for Chinese painting. It's in and water only. Sumi means like in and water. Su like water, mi is mo, means like ink. Okay, in Chinese pronounced sui, mo. Okay, in Japanese su mi. Okay, so in China there's a generally it's northern and southern different kind of paintings, many schools. But today I'm going to show you 2 schools of kind of painting. First, the first eagle I show you is the Lian style. Lian means southern mountain, which is in Canton area, which is next to Hong Kong, South China. So Southern Chinese, about 150 years ago, some of the artists went to Japan and they studied Japanese painting. And at that time, Japanese influenced by Western painting. So it tend to have more colors and perspective, all those kind of Western artist influence. So it's more colorful. Okay. At the same time, still keep some Chinese like brush strokes, but more mainly, color and ink all together. Okay. So this, by the way, this is not this is a rice paper already marked on a thick paper. So you don't have those to do stretching. So where can you buy this stuff? Yeah, I'm not sure online you can buy it. I bought it from China and bring to here. Okay, for that. So probably if you go to Chinatown, maybe go to Chinatown libraries, you may be able to see to get something like similar like this. Okay, all right. So let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see better. I'm painting the, I'm doing the Lian school style. Okay, more colorful style. Okay, so All right. So I'm painting the, try to depict the beak. Okay. All right. So here is the eye. Okay. So everything with the eye is leave a little highlight. All right. So now we're going to use some. I'm loading a brush with yellow and then vermilion, not vermilion, sorry, burnt sienna. Okay, so burnt sienna, and then yellow first, burnt sienna second, and then a little ink on the tip. Okay, so kind of brown color. Okay, one stroke. Okay, one stroke. All right. I want to add a little bit stronger color on the head. So a little more thicker burnt sienna. Okay, thicker burnt sienna. And put there. Okay. All right. And then split my blush. Split my blush. So to depict the feather. Okay. All right. Each blush stroke counts. Okay. So unlike, as many of you know, I paint watercolor. I mean Chinese painting as well. I mean watercolor as well. Watercolor you can go many times, but for Chinese painting, try not to do that. Okay. After mounting on the board on the thick paper, the blending is not as strong. Okay. Usually, I don't paint on the mount paper like this. I paint on the regular single layer paper, which is I'm going to show you next. Okay. And then stretch it. It is the leg. Get a little bit more ink on the tip. Double loading blushes is very common in Chinese painting. So each stroke counts. Okay. Leave white. Okay. More ink on the tip. More ink. I'm using one blush so far. I mean two blushes. So each stroke counts. Chinese painting, in general, you paint the essence of the object, not really try to depict, the shape, rendering the shape. You don't do that. It looks supposed to feel like the object, feel like object, but not really looking like this object. Feel like it. Okay. Feel like it. Split. Okay. Right. Okay. Now put a little color on the peak. Stone blue. Okay.
Cool.
Stone blue.
Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes, in order to pick up the colors, you can do a little highlighting like this. Okay. He's picking up the color. This is not existing on the bird. Okay. This is artistic touch. Okay. So artistic touch of the bird. Okay. So all right. And then, the feet. Low the phương xế now. Okay. So we paint the shape of the feet first. Okay. And then you use
Muriel. Can you see her?
No, I don't think so.
so if you want to ask questions, please put it on the chat. So Dorothy can ask me. Okay. All right. So this basically depicting the bird in Lian school style. More colorful. Okay. All right. All right. Now, I'm going to do another one with more traditional style. More traditional style. Use ink as a main, main color. You can consider ink as a color. Okay. Right. We still do the bit first. Okay. Exaggerating of the bit. Exaggerating of the eye. Right. Hold on, let me finish this a little bit more. So a little highlight. Okay. Now, one stroke. Two stroke. Okay. The open mouth. Okay, now I'm using going to use a little bit more larger, a little larger brush. Oh, you may ask me, hey, what's the size? Unfortunately, Chinese brush does not have a sizing system like the Western watercolor, brushes. Okay, now low, medium intensity of ink. Okay. So this is a more ink. Okay. I think you may see the difference now. Okay, more sketchy, less color. In the mouth or in the tongue. So really, it's like a little pink. Okay, so a little yellow, orangey on the eye. Okay, so that the bird is finished. So this is more simple. Is more simple. Right. By the way, this is a round shape. Already stretched. Okay. All right, now I'm going to put a little, put a little tree on it. Okay, so usually they go with the palm trees. Okay, so palm trees. In general, Chinese painting do not use a lot of colors. So now let's do the big branch first. Okay, and then go up to here. Okay, now very black, dark ink, create some texture. Okay, and also put in the get a little shape, more shape. Okay. All right, so the palm leaf. See this brush like that. So you can use a brush like this to paint. On needles, leaves. So very sketchy. Okay. This is a texture, suggest texture, and we have a neat name for that. It's called happy dots. Happy dots. How come it's happy dot? It's because kind of allow it. I mean, let your painting more energy on it. Especially if you put some highlight, like a green, blue, on top of those. So, okay, it looks happy. Just like you ladies makeup on your face after make, at the last you put sparkling on your face. Okay, so happy dots. All right, so this is a bird painting. All right, so sign my name. Okay, and then put the chop on it, and then that will be finished. So it is a round shape painting. So I'm going to put the round shape chop. This is my name too. So how come you put the chop in it? For a couple reasons. First, you know, you seal your painting, and then with double your writing, you know, your calligraphy, and also the stem. Most of many artists carve stems by themselves. Okay, so people can. Second is balancing your composition. For instance, this area kind of empty, but I do not want to put more object on it. And then so this I use my signature in the chop. How come this is also empty? How come I don't put on that side? Because both were looking at the other side. So they claim more space on this side. So if I, you know, I put the bird, you know, I chop the painting here, it does not look comfortable because they have no place to add to. Okay, or they like next step, you kind of from people's viewers' eye, they may fly that way. Okay, so this is a composition issue. All right, so here's the complete painting. Now I think I will take Dorothy. Anybody has any questions? No? Well, either I do very bad or very good. So, all right. Yes?
No questions at this
Okay.
point.
Okay, sure. All right, no questions. All right. By the way, all my demos, you know, these 2 paintings are going to be on sale. So this one is $200 including shipping. Okay, if anybody interested in, email me or let Sally or Dorothy know that you want it. Okay. Okay, now this is regular rice paper, a regular rice paper, single layer absorbent. Okay, just like your rice paper absorbent. So if you put a little water in it, it's like a paper towel. So I don't need to explain that much, I think, because you all painted Sumi. Okay. Japanese. Oh, by the way, probably I should explain the difference between Japanese Sumi paint. I mean Sumi paper and the Chinese rice paper. Chinese rice paper made out of strand grasses grown in Middle East of China. This one very traditional ones. Of course, they are ones made from cotton or bamboo, you know. But this is more traditional. This how come in China called strand grasses, strand paper. Strand means strand grass, name of grasses, wild grasses, and zi means paper. So in China, in case you go to China, you want to buy rice paper, don't call it rice paper, you know. Otherwise, unless you have a translator, otherwise nobody understands what you're talking about. It's called strand zi, okay, strand paper, strand zi, okay. Japanese paper, they were not made out of they are not made out of the strand grasses. They are thicker, they're more white. So and then I generally don't like to use them because they're too thick, you know, and then too white. Okay, so I don't like to use those. This personal preference, okay. And also, when I was in China, I painted a lot of painting with traditional rice paper, so I get used to it. Okay, you may want to experience different things, you know. So, all right. So the first thing to do is to clean coat the paper. So I say I'm going to demo for the clean coat painting technique. So we clean coat the paper. Probably some of you have done those already. So what that means is literally you crumble your paper like this. Okay, you wrap it like that. Okay, so now you know you open it again. You open it again. You know, I want to clean coat a bit more. if I want more texture, smaller texture, I crinkle a little bit more. So make sure your paper can stay with that. Okay. So I mean, you won't tear the paper. But anyway, even you tear the paper later, you can always make it flat by stretching. Okay. You need to learn how to mount Chinese painting. Okay. By the way, let me see. I'm going to do a little advertising. Some of you may not know how to mount Chinese painting. Here's one of my 12 DVDs. I have 12 DVDs. 2 of them are Chinese painting. This one is spontaneous. All birds, animals, flowers, they're all inside here. At the end of this DVD, there's show you how to mount Chinese painting, how to do stretching. Okay, for this one. There's another one. This is a different style, but it's half spontaneous and half detailed style. This kind of style is my creation, combined with Chinese painting and watercolor painting techniques. This is not paint. This was paint on a size rice paper. Rice paper sized with alum on both sides, so the rice paper will not bleed. So almost like painting on a watercolor paper. Okay, so this different style. You have to use that kind of paper to achieve this effect. So anyway, this one also at the end has a demo on how to stretch Chinese painting. Okay, you can order this from my website, lenspainting.com. Okay, so lenspainting.com, my website. All right, so you stretch it. Okay, all right. So first thing, we are going to use something fun to paint the painting, and this is a regular form to clean up stuff. So I'm going to use this to put some color on the painting. Okay, for instance, this is a stone blue. Okay, and then I just try to get the colors out. This is blue. Okay, phthalo blue. Okay, and then okay, so this is kind of light green, kind of get it dirty. I don't care. It's all right. Okay, so I'm going to use my how do you call it, sponge. Okay, and then get this color, and then start putting them on my painting. Okay, I'll start putting them on my painting. I'm not sure you have tried that before or not. Right? So this is fun. Okay, see, it's fun. It's fun. All right. To create the snow effects, foliages. Okay, and then you can use some of the something like this to do it. Okay, these are other colors. Okay, other colors. So since you crinkle the paper some areas cannot catch color, so it becomes like that. Okay, all right. So I'm trying to depict the winter. Okay, so okay, so this is let's get a little bit more ink from here. See, so you get something like this, and then some of you may say, oh, I do not want to use this. I can use. How do I use a brush to do that? Yeah, brush is fine. You can use brushes as well. Okay, not only this, not only this. Okay. A little more ink, and the next step, I'm going to show you how to use blush. Okay, let's say you don't want to use this. Actually, this is a paper towel. You can crumple a paper towel, do the same thing almost. Okay, you try that. Okay, see, you can still add some more, like that. So what you can use we like this stuff, okay? So we like this stuff. We do that. You see? It's fun, huh? Okay, it's fun. I drop some color here and then I just as well some there. Okay, now what about blush? Of course, you can use blush. You can use a blush, right? Get some water, but not a lot of water. Let's say here. See, hold your blush like this. Hold your blush sideways. Okay, and not a lot of water. Not a lot of water. Okay, you can have a lighter, you can have darker. Okay, let's say have a little bit more ink, a little more ink on the bottom here. A little more ink on the bottom here. A little bit more ink here. Okay, so this is the bottom of foliage. This is top. Okay, all right. So the crinkle, allow you to have the texture. Okay, all right. Now I'm continue using probably I should put it here so you can see what I'm doing. How I make the colors. All right. More ink. So you can always load your brush with multi-colors. With multi-colors. Still holding my brush sideways. Okay. So actually, I'm painting the background. Okay, this is a slope. Okay. Nice. The paint. These are the three at the front. These are the back. The three at the behind. Okay. This is the farmhouse. Okay, lovely. Okay. Not this one. Leaf white suggests the suggesting the snow. Leaf white suggests the smoke coming out of here. Somebody cooking. Okay. There's another side of the house. Okay. In watercolor, you will leave a lot of white, to suggest the objects, and then in Chinese painting, you do you also leave white. I'm not sure you have anybody, you've seen anybody done this before. How about you have? Okay. In composition issue, this is not a good idea to almost align with the roof. So I'm going to have this slope go down a little bit here. And let's get a fence here. Okay. All right. In case you lose this white, you can use white color to call it back. Okay. All right. Now we continue. How the shape of those trees, and then painting behind. Many times you can paint behind to suggest the trees at the front. So these are the tips of the tree at the front. So you can do whatever shape you want. So those are the tree tops. There's some. Let's do some pine trees. Or whatever trees you like. Okay. All right. And then here, these trees are darker, evergreen trees. And then these are the tree top. Very black, dark ink. Some lower, some higher. Changing color, changing value, changing shape. This you do this in Chinese painting as well as watercolor painting. The changes makes the difference. Now I'm only using ink to do this. Okay. All right. So here we do more. So right now it's only ink. Okay. All right. To depict the mountain behind. Okay. Paint the distant mountains. Okay. To suggest the those snow mountains at the front. The slope. Slope. And this one slope this way. So snow, mountains. Okay. And then you have some small trees on the mountain. So use your brush, the tip to do this. So these are the ridges. Okay. All right. So let's do a little tree at the front. I'm using, negative painting technique to do this. Negative, which means I don't paint the trunk. I paint between the trunk. See this trunk, these branches. This is actually very typical in watercolor. So some modern Chinese artists use that actually, and then ancient Chinese artists still use that too to depict, like they paint snow mountain. They paint behind darker, so leave the one in front lighter. Okay, so now you can see a couple of trunks, lighter color, white color. Of course, you can put colors later, but this is. I did not paint the trunk, did not paint the branch, and paint between. So negative painting is very useful, but in watercolor, in Chinese painting. However, it's not easy to understand. And some people, confused. Now here I use the regular painting technique. I paint the trunk. I paint the branches. So I'm showing you two techniques to here. So I call it paint around rather than negative painting. Why is paint around? See, paint around the branch, paint around the trunk, you get the trunk. So that's why it's called paint around. So those are some of the branches and the trunks going up. So just enough. Okay. All right. So let me zoom back, zoom out again. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. All right. So we can continue. Do I have time? Okay. So I still have some time, right? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you do have some time.
Okay. So I don't have to be hurry. Okay. If you say we see enough, and then I'll stop. Continue use this technique. These trees are bigger, so the trunks are bigger. Again, I do not paint the trunk. I do not paint the branches. I paint between. So this is negative painting or paint around. If you want to learn watercolor or Chinese painting, I do have classes, online classes. If you go to my website, you can see the online classes, all list for the whole year. So my website is lenspainting.com. Lens painting, my name is painting.com. come. So on the workshops page, and then you see all the class list. Okay. All right. So suggesting some of the trees around here. Okay. Right. So this is a more trees like that. A little bit more foliages. By the way, this takes time to do all the details, but these are typical. So I'll do a little bit more here. All right. Now, let's add something more. A creek or river. So the snows. Okay. All right. This depicts some of the snow thickness. Okay. We're almost getting done. A little thickness of snow here. A little here. It's a road going home. Okay, so this painting basically is done. Okay, so hopefully you like it. Okay, all right. So also this is going to be $200 if you like. Okay, so each painting will be the same price. So let me know if you like it. Oh, by the way, on the river, you know, you can put a little stone blue color on it. Okay, so create some you know, the waves or, you know, water capture. All right, thank you very much, everybody.
Lian, would you like to have people unmute and ask questions at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone feel free to unmute and ask questions. That was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
You didn't have any questions on the chat, but you had lots of people that thought what you were doing was very, very wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Great demo.
Yeah. By the way, I also, if your group wants to do a you know, a workshop, I'll be happy to offer a workshop. You know, teaching something, you know, similar or different. So, okay.
I have a feeling we'll be in touch with you about a workshop.
Okay. Okay. So, so, all right.
I've got one question.
Yes.
Could you talk, you mentioned that the paper had been on this second painting had been
Yeah.
sized on both sides with alum. And
No.
so- yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned about that, but not this paper. This paper is not regular rice paper. No sizing.
No sizing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm talking about the sizing paper is for different style painting, which is have spontaneous style and have detailed style. So
Okay.
like the painting here. So this painting was done on the size rice paper.
Okay.
Without size rice paper, you cannot do this painting because it's also, you can see here always blending. Okay.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it's different. Okay.
And that paper that you used for the second painting is single Schwen? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
single swan, you know, single swan paper. Oh, by the way, if you use the Japanese Sumi paper, maybe it's too thick. You know, you won't crumble so well like this single layer.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. So yeah. Again, thank you very much, everybody. Any more questions?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
A question about your second painting. In this
Yeah.
composition, where would you sign your name and put the chalk on?
I see. So I would most likely, this is red, that's why I didn't say it. I will do it on this side. Okay, so leave like this side more open. Okay, so so and also the focal point is here. If I sign here, so direct people's eyes more toward the focal point.
Thank you. Second
welcome.
question, for the wrinkled paper painting, when you mount it on another piece of paper, what another piece of paper would you use?
I use for the convenience. In this country, we usually don't do hand scroll, which means hand painting on a like I think you know what I'm talking about. The Chinese painting. After you've done it with the Chinese painting, you do in traditionally. Oh, by the way, here's my website. Okay, so let's say they mount a painting on a silk on a paper, and then use silk to mount it again. Okay, this is a painting. Okay, and then put on the top, you know, a little wood thing. On the bottom, a little wood thing like this. So and then put a screen here, so you hang the painting like that. You don't frame it. This is a traditional way of doing mounting. Okay, but in this country, not many people doing this. For funny thing is that even they buy my painting with this kind of mounting. They cut it and put it in a frame with glass on the top. So for this kind of mounting, you need to use the same kind of paper. For instance, we mount this paper painting with the same paper and stretch it. So after that, you stretch it. You put the silk, you know, on the back in it, and then do all this. I do not know how to actually do the silk and make all these because this is a professional job in China. I pay people money to do it. Pay them money to do it. Okay, so I came up with a new idea. Use watercolor paper, 90 pounds. Watercolor paper has different pounds, which means a different thickness. 90 pounds is about like a triple layer rice paper, thicker, and then mount this on that paper. So after it dries, and then I can it's going to be something like this because this is a thicker paper, almost like it's more than 90 pounds for this one. Okay, so then I can, and people can flame, and put on flame. So I use 90-pound paper, watercolor paper, to do mounting. Okay.
And do you still use what kind of glue material do you use?
For the glue, I use the something called cellular wallpaper mount, which I bought 10 years ago. It's out of market start right now. I mean, nobody make it anymore. This is you know, for wall mounting. I do wet mount. Some people do dry mount. I do wet mount. So use that. Or you can use Japanese Sumi. I mean paste. It's called. I cannot remember the name. I cannot remember the name. I'm sorry. Nori. Okay, Nori.
Oh.
Do you know about Nori?
Nori paste,
Yeah.
Nori.
Yeah, Nori. Nori paste.
Okay, and Lian,
Yes.
so like in this second painting, you've got colors,
Uh-huh.
and which paints do you use to keep the colors from bleeding when you wet mount? Which-
When you
brand?
mount, okay. All right. By the way, let's do this first. Nori.
Yeah.
Just Google it on Amazon.com. Okay. Right. So in Chinese painting, I always use Chinese colors. This is the most popular one.
Mhm.
Not the best one, but the most popular one. Okay. So Chinese painting color, you come with usually 12 tubes, small tubes or big tubes. Big tubes, of course, they cost you more. If you paint Chinese painting or Sumi for a long time, you should buy the big tubes. These color are water soluble, but they have more glue in them compared to watercolor painting pigments. So which means after they dry on the rice paper, you put water on them. You put water on them, they will not blend. They will not melt. But if you use watercolor to paint, the watercolor pigment may contact with water. After they contact with water, they bleed again. But not the Chinese painting colors, not the Chinese painting ink, because they have stronger bond, glue on them. Okay. So, but you need to wait until completely dry. So if after this painting dry, okay, and then you use you put water on it, it will not melt. This is another painting I did before. So if you put water in it, it will not melt. Okay.
Mhm.
So because, but you make sure you use Chinese painting ink and Chinese painting color. Do not try to save money to buy those, you know, other cheap colors, unless you don't want to mount it. Like something you have here, you don't need to mount it, and then you can use other colors. Okay, but for the painting you're going to mount it, you should use Chinese painting color and Chinese painting ink. Do not use Indian ink or fountain pen ink. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes. So the first painting is on a rice paper that's already mounted.
Yes.
And in this case, so it will not wrinkle after it dry.
No wrinkle. You see, you can see
Okay.
no wrinkle at all. Very flat, no wrinkle. It's because this the paper is kind of strong. Okay.
So when you frame it, in this case, would you just use a square frame to frame it?
Some people use square frame, and most of people use square frame. Okay. Even the shape is a round shape, but you still use a square shape frame.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that paper is rice paper that's mounted on a firm surface. So
Yes.
you still get the good bleed,
Yeah, some bleed, but not as strong as this one.
not as much as that. right?
Yeah. You can still get, you can see a little bleeding. Let's see like those. Let's see, especially you can see here, but not as strong as this.
Mhm.
Because yes.
That's, so is that painting, that paper then is sized, is that correct?
No size paper. I did not use size paper at all.
Okay, all right.
Both of them are the unsized, non-sized paper. This
Okay.
one just mounted, the other one is not, it's not mounted. This one.
I have a question about the painting where you wrinkled the paper.
Yes.
How, you know, the in the foreground, down at the very bottom of the
Yeah.
painting, that blue, it looks so smooth. It's not showing any wrinkles. The wrinkles of the paper. How did you achieve that? The
If you
blue
put-
in the river.
okay, you need to. Oh, you're talking about the blue river. You need to no more colors, no more water. And you get rid of because this is a dry stroke. Okay, those are dry strokes, and these
Yeah.
very moist, very wet strokes.
So, but it doesn't show the wrinkles that you put in the paper, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe that particular part wasn't wrinkled. But I was just struck with how smooth
No,
it looks and that
no.
beautiful color.
It also wrinkled. You just need to put more. So like this paper towel. Okay, this paper towel you wrinkle it. It's very similar to this paper. Okay, so if you only put you use less color. See,
Yeah.
it's kind of dry, right? So then it won't it shows some wrinkle. But if you use a lot of water, you see, the water soak through everything, so you don't see.
Yeah.
it. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A question about
Yeah.
this wrinkle paper technique. Have you tried different kind of paper, like masa paper or different kind of paper?
Masa paper works. Actually, Lian school, the southern school, they use masa paper a lot, and almost exclusively, because masa paper is stronger. You can wet it. You know, it's not easy to break. You can wet the whole thing, and then you put color, it can become very smooth. You know, changing of colors. So Lian school tend to render a lot of things. For instance, this is a Lian school master painting. So they want to smooth changing of you know, the clouds into mountain color. So they use masa paper, right? So this Zhao Shaowang, Mr. Zhao, he's passed away already, but he's one of the most famous Lian school. So all this kind of blurry effect, if you use masa paper, it's better. Okay, so if you learn how to do Lian school style like this, bleeding on edges, not very sharp edges, so you should use the masa paper. They use masa paper almost exclusively. Okay, of course they use some of the other color too. So anyway, this is his you know, Zhao Shaowang. I'm not sure you have heard about him. Okay, I try to get a if I can get a his translating in English name. Zhao. No, I don't. It's all in Chinese. Sorry. So but he's called Lian school. Lian school leader. So he paint things, some of them very traditional, you know, and then this is more colorful. This is more colorful than other Chinese painting styles of lotus. Okay, so many times they also try to do the smooth background like this and like this. Then that's how come they use masa paper.
So
What?
for the smooth background like that, you just showed us, you will need to wet the paper with water
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
before you put the color on.
Yeah. Yes. See, this is looks smooth, but it's not. Actually, after it dries, you can see some strokes. Okay. If I want it very, very smooth, I got to wet the paper. So this paper, after you wet it single layer, it's very easy to flake it. But the masa paper is not that easy to flake. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Other
Any more
questions?
Anyway, thank you very much. Again, so let me show my face again. So behind most of them, behind you can see the Chinese painting of the sunflower. One Chinese painting. Okay. So anyway, if you like to do a workshop, you either join me on my online workshops or you form a group, and then I'm happy to. So
Okay.
okay.
We'll
Thank
be
you,
in
guys.
touch.
Thank you,
Thank
Dorothy. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
So long, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Sally.